Hi everybody. Thanks for listening today. Watching actually. Um, I would like to bring you a short conversation around resistance today. It's that around the change that resistance that shows up when we commit to this work of change. It's this work of growing ourselves when we commit to stepping into what's our true nature, into what's really important and real for us. And in the beginning, this is all really exciting. And then as we step into this new self, out of a sudden the barriers jumped out. It's like, and it starts to really get difficult. And so today with Kate, hi Kate, I want to talk about the ways this resistance can show up, and also just a couple of ideas of what you can do to move through it. And my name is Steph Skupin, and I love helping people develop more freedom in their lives when they feel stifled by things like convention, or sometimes challenging life situation, challenging work situations. And I bring together spiritual teachings and honest action. And also, I love the random connections I make on this path. And one of those connections has been with Kate Inish. And I reached out to her because her podcast is called The Crone's Corner. And I just love hanging out with wise elders, and I was totally not disappointed. So Kate, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Steph. My name is Kate Inish, and I like to help women to access their inner wisdom by way of getting to know their own power animals, their own spiritual guides, and therefore relying on ourselves and the wisdom that we have, as opposed to, or in addition to, spiritual teachings and wisdom that we learn or we seek from others.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I work with power animals, and it's such a lovely, beautiful thing to do, to allow this, like this help, and also this playful imagination, and that comes with so much power into your life. It's very beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's like having your own inner family. They've got your back. My links here has obviously my back.
Mhm.
Um, and it's someone that we can absolutely rely on for truth, honesty, um, answers to our
Mhm.
questions. Yeah.
Yes,
I want it.
absolutely. And support. And it's like that's really strong. Mm.
Absolutely. Hmm. Yes.
And Kate, when I saw your first video, it was because you were talking about how you had this real strong resistance showing up when you first moved into really speaking your truth.
Yes. Yes.
And this is something that I see often in clients. And as people, so the initial changing, the initial steps to change are really they're exciting and inspiring, and you get like some good results most of the time fairly quickly. And then there are smaller and larger instances, once that actual change starts to happen, that like stick in front. And so initially, like I see often, is like too tired, rattled, confused about the homework. Like, I don't know what this is. Computer trouble.
Yes.
And then like strong emotions show up, like fear. It might be fear, anxiety, it might be doubt, might be, either in this course that you've taken, in the decisions you've taken, or in the facilitator. Or it might be anger, or just sometimes really tired, like really, really tired. I get that. If I know I have to do something beyond my comfort zone, out of a sudden I am so tired. And
Yes.
then as you go further, if you insist on going further, that resistance can actually show up as disasters in your life or physical problems, right?
Yes, yes, yes. In my case, a physical illness, and it's not something that I'm very familiar with. I've always had a very strong body and relied on it to carry me through my life. And yeah, uh, physical, the power of the body to stop you is astonishing. And that was the experience that that drew you to me, I think, Steph.
Yes, I love the way you taught that story. Do you want, like, where you were going and what happened?
Yes. Well, I have spent a lot of my time in my life being an advocate for women who have experienced violence in their lives. And in my early 20s, I began this, and I was very strong, and I had no problem advocating for other people. And recently, that's that's a new perspective for me. I hadn't seen that I was advocating for other people because I put myself in that situation with these women. I thought, if this can happen to them, it can happen to me. It can happen to anyone. And my perspective really shifted in the last year because I made the decision to begin doing online videos and speaking my own truth, not about someone else's situation, but about me and about my life and my perspective. So I made this decision, as I said, over a year ago, and last January, and for the whole year, I began to experience an inability to breathe. And as you can hear, it still affects my voice. I'm also a singer, and this has been a real challenge. And it got to the point where I ended up in emergency last October, and was prescribed steroid puffers and things like that, which I am still using, because when I recently attempted to let go of that, this all came back. So I took it as a message. I began to look back on the year and my recent experience, and I discovered, or I admitted to myself, that this was how powerful my resistance is and has been, that it will literally take my breath away, take my voice away, as I attempt, or as I decide to step into my own power and my own voice. And it took me another 6 to 8 months before I actually began to do my videos. And now I have been doing a weekly one since December, in spite of. And I know this is part of my healing journey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And does it feel like it is moving you through the physical symptoms as well?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
That and Qigong, which I've taken up this year,
Mm-hmm.
is also helping me to move through these physical symptoms. And I have no doubt that within the next near future, within a year, I think that I will be able to wean myself off of the Western medicine, and which is another thing that I have avoided my whole life. And I am very grateful for its existence at this point in my
Right.
life.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Mhm.
So how does it feel now to have come this far, to now have been doing this many videos and starting to be more familiar with it?
It's a relief. And it's not only a relief, it is inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
It opened a door for me. At this point in my life, I have never really accepted the idea of retirement. In fact, I've always believed that this time in my life is is why I came to this lifetime, is to be in crone time, to acknowledge my inner witch, and to bring back that language, and those practices that I think I have experienced for many, many lifetimes. And obviously it was going to take 65 odd years of this life to bring me to a point where I am able to release the inner witch. I like that.
Right. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And this is, I've been thinking I would love to have a whole other talk on those topics. But just for everybody, so this doesn't get too long, because I know people are moving through their day. So what you were saying is like you're using Qigong, right?
Yes.
Are there special exercises that have helped you to release the voice, or how are you using it?
I'm using it to clear the blockages, the energy blockages.
Okay.
Gung means Qi is energy and Gung is work.
Mm-hmm.
It's working with your energy to remove energy blockages in the body.
Okay.
And therefore affecting the mental and the emotional and the spiritual aspects of ourselves as well. So it works on all levels. I think it's an ancient Chinese shamanism or witchism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. And it works in similar to Tai Chi, right? That it's a series of movements and postures.
Yes, it
Right.
is much older than Tai Chi.
Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
teacher has told us that it's about 8,000 years old.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the Tai Chi is maybe a couple of thousand. So it's and the particular healing aspects that she has presented in this course that I took with her were more like medicine Qigong, dealing with issues that are longstanding and that doctors don't seem to be able to find an actual source.
Right. Because I'm a trained veterinarian in the Western medicine field, and energetic blockages are like, yeah, can't see them, so you
No.
don't know. So it's lovely how nowadays the all these different healing methods can start to be complementary. So I think there's really a richness in that.
Absolutely, I agree.
Right. And so do you see this kind of resistance coming up in people that you work with as well?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. My work with people on a one-on-one basis is consists of what we call soul retrieval. And I'm really interested in doing interviews with my Qigong teacher about this, because now that I've been learning a little more about the energy blockages in Qigong, soul retrieval is about how we actually send pieces of our soul away when we're traumatized, like totally out of our body, and we lose them. And the gift that I have been given is to be able to journey, which is a type of meditation using a rhythm, a drum rhythm, into other realities, to search for and find and return pieces of our soul, or of the client, the person I'm journeying on behalf of, to find pieces of their soul that they have not just blocked, but sent away completely into other realities, and to return them. And once those are returned, it frees up so much energy. I did counseling for many years, and so many times people would say, I just feel that pieces of myself are missing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely the words. And and I think we all have been able to access that feeling that something's missing, something of myself. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I am going to try that out with Kate, and I am actually looking forward to that, and maybe we'll share some more. afterwards on
Absolutely.
that.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
would be very happy to do that, Steph. I'm looking forward to our journey together.
totally. Yeah. And what I just wanted to add a couple tips that I generally give to people when they're stuck in that moment. So because what I do is questioning thinking, and then people take that home and continue with that, and then it's homework that people need to do, and that is often where this resistance comes in. And the first thing that for me is really important is to notice what it is, to notice this is what is happening, because our trap is our mind is going, oh, I need rest. I have too much to do. I can do it tomorrow. Maybe I shouldn't even do this. This isn't actually helpful for me. So these are the thoughts that come in, and to just notice that these thoughts are coming in because there is a resistance there. And so that's the first step to go like, okay, yeah, I hear that. I hear that. And this is what it is. So because then we have more power in our decision. And one of my first coaches, when I started open with my own business, said, tell yourself this. Tell yourself, I see you are tired, scared, doubtful right now. I see you. And I understand this is hard. And we are going to go ahead and do it anyway. For me, this was so helpful because it really held my experience. Said like, yes, I get it. I get it. This is not easy. I see that, but I'm committed. I'm going to do it.
Yes.
And then what I also do is just, be mindful with it, sit with it. This morning, I had one of those moments like, oh, I'm so tired. And then you look around and go like, oh yeah, it's the new moon coming up. Of course, that's why I'm tired. And I've been up too late and that's why I'm tired and da, 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 da. And, and so you get stuck in that story. And so what I ended up was just to sit in meditation with that tiredness and just go like, oh yeah, this is how it is. This is what it feels like. And the result of that is I've been seen, I've been heard, and I feel rested.
That's wonderful. That's
Right?
yes, yes.
It
And I
seems,
do something very similar. I would pick up my drum, and
yes,
call it a fast track to meditation, and take myself on a little journey and ask my guides and my helpers, is there any message for me? Is there something I'm not accessing, I'm not seeing, I'm not acknowledging?
right, absolutely, absolutely, yes.
And
It
you're
was
right.
actually quite, oh, sorry.
I was going to say, you're right. To see it and to acknowledge it is the
Mhm,
first step, because we can go for our whole lives sometimes
mhm.
and ignore these things until our body gets us literally by the throat and says, no,
Exactly,
it's
yes.
time to stop. It's time to take care of yourself. It's your time. And at this point in our lives, we have to acknowledge that we need this time for ourselves. This is for us,
Mhm.
for me.
Right, right. And that really is like feeds very much into the last thing I just wanted to share, and that is that because things are for ourselves doesn't actually mean at all that they're not for the planet. I think this is a conception that we generally have, is like, oh, I'm selfish, and so that means I'm not caring. And it's actually exactly the opposite. Is the more I can love and care for myself, the more I contribute to that love and care on the planet. And the more energy I have, the more joy I have in life, the more helpful and supportive I can be to others. So it's totally not this thing of, it's selfish to look after yourself. It is priority. It's essential.
Yes,
Um,
because we are completely unable to help anyone else. If we're not
exactly.
nourished, it's nourishing yourself first. It's drinking from the well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yes.
yes,
And also just to notice by how these kind of resistances show up, how much our consciousness does actually influence our life. Because we generally do not give ourselves credit or responsibility for how much what we believe and what we think, what we believe of what we think, is shaping our lives, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. I also use divination tools. And the one, here it is, that I was looking at, I use a goddess oracle. And so a few days ago, I was searching. And of course, what comes up is a card, Sulis, which is illness and wellness. And I just wanted to read one little line of this because it says, illness is a way for us to come face to face with what is no longer working for us and change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. That's a perfect
Isn't that beautiful?
end to this. Like, do you want to show the card? I would love to see it.
Yeah, yes,
Some of these cards are so beautiful.
yes. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Look at that. It's
It's coming
gorgeous.
from the depths and reaching up towards the light.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And this is from the Goddess Oracle by Sophia Marachinsky, which I've been using for ever, it seems.
Oh, I've seen them somewhere. Nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
Lovely. Okay. I would like to conclude this short video here because, and we could go on forever, and like, I really hope we're going to do this again on another topic and maybe more than once. But yeah, just in the interest of listeners,
Yeah.
I think that was a lovely video. Thank you so much, Kate, for joining me today.
Thanks, Steph.
And so the link to Kate's, to the Crohn's Corner and the link to my YouTube channel, you're going to find underneath this video. If you're looking for anything else. And do you have any last words that you would like to say, Kate?
I just want to thank you, Steph, for reaching out and for finding me. And I'm very grateful for connecting with you as well. I just love the way the universe works and brings us together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye-bye.